a blueberry picking kind of day. Hello friends, today I'm going to make a fresh blueberry pie. My husband and I went blueberry picking and we picked here in Ohio 18 pounds of fresh blueberries, and they are just spectacular. They're so big and they're so wonderful. So this is a fresh blueberry pie, and so you're going to need one pie crust pre-cooked. And I do have a recipe of a pie crust on my channel, so if you want to look it up, it's Grandma's Pie Crust if you'd like to, or you can buy a pie crust or make your own recipe. And so what we need for this is a saucepan, and we're going to get going here. So let's get going making this pie. What we need is 5 cups of fresh blueberries, and I have them washed and cleaned and dried. I put them on a towel so they can dry. I don't need the extra moisture. And so we're going to divide that. So I have my blueberries divided. So this is 2.5 cups of blueberries. And then we're going to get some water and cornstarch and sugar. We have 3/4 a cup of white sugar. And into that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then we have 1/4 a cup of water that we're going to put into this, and a little bit of salt. So 1/4 a cup of water. And about an eighth a teaspoon of salt. Just a little bit of salt will go in. And then we'll give this a little mix, and then we'll pour this onto our blueberries. And I'm going to take this over to the stove, and I am going to cook this for, once it comes up to a boil, for 1 minute. Okay, I've cooked my blueberry sauce, which has the sugar, the cornstarch, the water. And now I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter into this. And I'm also going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. And I'm going to stir that together. Okay, I'm going to let this cool for 10 minutes, and then we'll add our fresh blueberries to it. Okay, I let that cool down. I actually took my saucepan and set it down into some cold water and let it sit in there. And this is cooled down. And now we're going to add those other 2.5 cups of fresh blueberries into this sauce. And that is all there is to making a fresh blueberry pie. And it is so refreshing and tastes so wonderful. And I will make some of my own whipped cream, homemade whipped cream, and if you don't do that, you should, and I have how I do that on my channel also. But that is just wonderful, and that's how I serve this pie. I will serve it, top it with some homemade whipped cream. And so now we just pour this into our pie shell and put it in the refrigerator so it can completely cool, and it'll be ready to serve. And I find that people really enjoy this pie. I also like a blueberry pie that's baked, but this one just tastes, you can really taste the freshness of the blueberries. If you like blueberries and you enjoy a pie, you really should try this recipe. Be blessed and be the light in this world.